Is America headed towards socialism? The creator of a documentary on the subject says yes, and that there is an agenda for making it happen. Documentarian Curtis Bowers makes the case and shares scenes from Agenda, Grinding America Down, right now on Be the People.
I believe in America. I'm not giving up on the land I love. I believe in one nation strong, where my heart belongs, where I call my home.
Greetings from Nashville, Tennessee. I'm Carol Swain, and this is Be the People, a weekly half-hour show dedicated to the social, moral, and cultural issues of today. On this show, a shocking look at the increasing signs that our government and our society is headed towards socialism. The recently released documentary, Agenda, Grinding America Down, makes the case that an organized effort to move our nation towards socialism began decades ago.
This story really begins for me back in the summer of 1992. I got a phone call from an older gentleman I knew who was a writer, and he asked me if I'd go attend a meeting for him at the University of California, Berkeley. He told me that the Communist Party USA had recently split over differences of how to best take America down. Some were wanting to still work toward a violent revolution, while others were wanting to focus their efforts on using public policy to subvert America from the inside. He was curious what they had to say. As the weekend unfolded, I listened carefully as they outlined their plan and agenda, and how they were going to infiltrate the institutions of America to influence us in the direction they wanted us to go.
The man you just saw, the producer of Agenda, Grinding America Down, joins us. Curtis Bowers is a former Idaho state representative and is now an award-winning documentarian who lives with his family in Idaho. Welcome, Curtis.
Thank you, Carol. It's great to be here.
It's wonderful having you on the show. Can you tell our viewers what led you to produce this film?
Well, as I became a state representative in Idaho, I started to research more to figure out the question, why is America falling apart? Is it purposeful, or is it just the way things go? And as I dug in and started to research more and more about the changes in America over the last 50 years or so, I started to find a consistent pattern that led me to believe it was very purposeful what had happened, and that concerned me.
And when you say America is falling apart, what do you mean by falling apart?
Well, I think if you look over the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years, the families are falling apart, society is falling apart, our culture, our government continues to grow and expand, and people seem to not be taking the responsibility for their actions. And so we're just, as a culture, I mean, 41% of all children in America are now born out of wedlock. I mean, that's a crisis.
And it's 70% in the black community.
Yeah, and that's a crisis. You cannot, all the statistics show us what happens when that's the case. A child that isn't raised with a mother and a father in the home has a very slim chance of being successful in life. Well, that's a tragedy. But in all the different areas, as I looked at them, I saw, wait a minute, what is going on here? Something is happening in our country, and it concerned me.
Well, you know that some of the people in America, those more left-leaning, would say that we're moving forward, that this is progress, and so they would not share your concerns at all.
No, that is true, and I think we've made progress in some areas, which is great, but a lot of the progress has not been forward, and it has been backwards. A family is the kind of the building block of society. If our families are falling apart, you simply cannot have a society or a civilization that will continue very long at all. And that just one point alone is significant, but we also look in the 20th century and see when you have government that is getting so powerful and so much control over the people and over business and what's going on, it doesn't ever end in a good scenario when that happens.
What did you hope to accomplish with this film?
I hope to let people realize that the change hasn't been an accident. I think when you think it's an accident, you're very likely to get involved in what's going on and trying to make a difference. But when you realize this change has been purposeful, it's been a premeditated plan of different people and groups of the left since the 30s. It's nothing new, but they've been, in the recent years, become so successful at doing this, influencing us from the inside and changing us as a people. When you realize that's what's going on, hopefully, my hope and prayer was that it would motivate people to get involved in what's going on.
Well, I think it's a fascinating film, and I do hope that the viewers will take advantage of the opportunity we're going to offer at the end of the show to be able to view it free.
Good.
We'll learn more about how America is moving towards socialism and share more from Agenda, Grinding America Down, in just a moment. This is Be the People.